Here we are. Welcome to my second channel. This is going to be my first video on here, and it's going to set the tone. Hopefully, maybe. We'll see. Here's the deal. There's a lot of things that I think about on a daily basis, a hourly basis, minute by minute basis on what I'm doing, why I'm doing what I'm doing, how good am I doing what I'm doing, and it's sometimes like a nightmare. Like I don't know. I'm just so obsessant, good way, bad way, on like the things that I'm doing, all the stuff that I have to put together. And obviously you're trying to make money from certain things, you're trying to provide value every step of the way. And my life is changing. I'm almost 30 years old now. I'm going to be 30 in January. I feel like that's like a natural milestone for another era of my life. Um, you know, all sorts of stuff. So I need an outlet. And I've had an outlet in a way. The last 2 years have been pretty incredible. Reasonably so. I mean, I met more people in a community than I ever had before. I have learned so much about WordPress, web design, every aspect of that, plus business, entrepreneurship. I've been so blessed to be and know all of these people, not just even online, not just online, but also in person too, right? For a lot of people. And I'm just happy that that's happened. However, when you grow and you evolve, it's not all positive. Like, it's not just positive. It's like more money, more problems, marginally more money in my sense, and more problems, like actually more problems than money. So that's not good. Okay. So that's one motif that I'm going to talk about here on these behind the scenes videos. But I need to tell you why the fuck I have a second channel. And it's really simple. It's because if I want to make money on YouTube, I can no longer lie to myself and think that I could just throw whatever the fuck I want on that main channel and it will continue to grow. It doesn't really work like that. Asterisk, it may have worked like that for some people in the past when YouTube was blossoming, when you could just talk about kind of whatever and all of that. And it may work for another demographic of people that do kind of talk about whatever, right? I mean, there's vloggers still, there's people that are just kind of like going about doing whatever, but most people have like a common thread. And my hypothesis that I just came up with literally this moment is that if you are talking about whatever you want at this point on YouTube, you're probably fucking lying to yourself. Like, you're probably like not exactly being as authentic as you are. I'm speculating this again, just random aside here real quick. I don't know anybody that's really like that. Everybody that I follow, and I use these examples all the time. If you've ever heard of Ben Heath, I don't know Ben, but I've seen his stuff before. All he talks about is meta ads. Literally it. It's a whole channel, his name, and he just talks about meta ads. I mean, I would go fucking crazy, I feel like, if I could only talk about that. I don't know if he has like another outlet. Let's just think about the psychology of this. How could you possibly talk about one thing for the like all of your time, all of your life? If you can, God bless you. I cannot. Okay? So, as soon as I started creating YouTube videos, all I wanted to do was talk about my thoughts. And I wanted to share those with people. You can go back on my main channel, my Mark J. Szymanski channel. You can scroll all the way back. I am in my car on my way to my job that I'm slowly getting annoyed by and don't want to be there just, for job reasons. And I'm just talking and sharing what I want. It is when I'm the most effective. It's when I'm the most authentic. It's when I'm my best. I've already filmed a couple of videos tonight just doing this. This is when I genuinely feel, okay, that when I turn the camera on, I get the OBS set up, and I have this microphone in front of me, I can just talk and talk and talk. It's not always perfect. It's not always the most succinct or concise, but I just keep doing it. And I've done it for so long, and I've done it at different now over the past 2 years, I've done it in different ways. I've done it in I'm trying to read a script for like an ad or for, like a video that I put together, and I'm trying to do it so I can send it off to my editor. Or I've done so many live streams now. Like that's a whole different beast. I've just grown a lot. And it's been great. Back to the problems. The problems, I've talked about them on my main channel. They probably don't belong there though. Because if you're in YouTube, and if you are in YouTube, maybe you know this. Or maybe if you're keen, even if you're not a YouTuber, but maybe you like watch, you could probably get it. And as soon as I explain it to you, you're gonna know. You can't do that on YouTube. The algorithms, the way in which social media is now, they want to reward attention, obviously, and they want to reward consistency, not just in posting, but in the way in which you cultivate your audience. The audience is the most important thing, like the niche of the audience in a way. And you can talk about whatever you want, but you have to talk about a thing or a very small like subset of things, right? And that is something that I just have not wanted to do for such a long time. I got into it and I was making YouTube videos on the Find It Tech channel, RIP Find It Tech. It's Motive 11 now. And I was just educating people. And I got that up to like 500 subscribers just by doing some random shit. And then I was like, wait a second. Everyone is just their name now. That's their thing. It's like Ben Heath, Meta ads, Alex Ramosi, fucking business content. I mean, it is even so wide. It's like he's talking about so much business shit. But anyway, business content. And XYZ, so-and-so, whatever. And I'm like, I never wanted to be that person because I felt like I have so much to say and I'm so wide in what I want to talk about and all these things. But here's the thing. I know that to be true. I know that I am really, really, really interesting. And I'm not trying to say that in an arrogant way. There's so much weird shit about me almost. And the things that I do, the things that I like, the way that I think, the way that I constantly introspect on my own life, think about other people and kind of like psychoanalyze how they've gotten to be where they're at and what their mind is doing at any given time because of the things that they're putting out in the world, etc. How they got there, how I could get to where they are if I wanted to be there. And I'm not saying I'm alone in any of this. I'm just saying that I do that coupled with increasingly good ways to communicate and articulate. And I just fucking like doing it. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. So all of those things combined, I think about all that. And then I'm like, I still need to do that. I can't just be a one-dimensional figure. However, if I am being honest with myself and I'm coming to this clarity moment of I'm entering the next era of my life, I've set a goal for myself to make $30,000 a month, which by today's standards is a low bar. I need to be a little more tactful, tactical, a little more strategic, especially if I'm going to utilize the skills that I have in this realm of YouTube. And here's the funny thing, as I'm sitting here doing all this, talking and whatever, and I don't have any of this scripted, I'm actually thinking I'm better at doing this and talking like this and moving information in this manner than I am with these scripted videos or different things that I've done on the main channel. So what I'm telling you there is that this journey is not over. These decisions that I've made, these structural differences and all these types of things, they're definitely not perfect. This isn't where I need to end. It's just another step in what I believe to be the right direction. And even if it's not right direction, who cares? You know what I mean? Who cares? I need to want to do the things that I am doing. And if I don't want to do them, then I'm not going to do them. I'm going to feel like shit. It's very simple. So that's a journey for me to kind of continue to move through. And I've told this year in 2025, I have like taken money for things that are by no means ridiculous. I mean, we're talking about making YouTube videos, putting brand integrations in videos, stuff like that. I've taken money for these things and I have not wanted to do them. It's that simple. It is that simple. Now, do you want to do everything in your entire life? Like every single thing, every single day? Is there things that you don't want to do? For sure. Okay. I'm not trying to be a baby with that. However, the thing that you do every day to make money, if you are so privileged to have the option and the opportunity to do something that you enjoy rather than something you hate, you should probably try to keep steering the ship in the direction of the thing that you enjoy. And my main takeaway from 2025 is there's a lot of things that I didn't want to do, that I tried and I just didn't feel good doing them. I didn't feel like inspired to do them, called to do them, whatever. Didn't feel a percentage point of like inspiration that I do comparatively to sitting down and making this. This could be an hour-long video. It is, when I tell you that this is easier than breathing for me, I mean, it is, I can't describe it. I physically cannot because I don't understand it. I don't. And I think that people will find value in this. I don't know how to package this very well. That's why it's just a second channel right now. Maybe one day I will. But for now, I want to try to stay on topic. I want to tell you, again, kind of a little bit of the plan and a little bit more of the context. And I've explained some of these problems. The biggest problem is that if I want to make money on YouTube with any level of sustainability, I cannot fragment my audience and more so confuse my audience the way that I have. And I take full blame for that. And the reason I take full blame for it, obviously it's my channel, but the specifics of that are that I just put whatever the fuck I wanted on that channel, the main channel. I started that way. I changed that up when I got a little bit of growth. And I'll tell you directly, it's about 6,000 almost subscribers on that channel. The main one. There was a big spike when I made some content about crypto mining. That, big video, you can look at the most popular because every video is public on that channel. Most popular video is like 150,000 some views on mining crypto. Second video I think is also the same or something like that. Big spike in subscribers there, 2,000 or so. And then another big spike as I've done WordPress content and web design content, things like that. And it's not all about subscribers, okay? Don't get disillusioned. That's not the only stat that matters. Like, it's more so vanity. Nobody gets, Mr. Beast doesn't get, if he has however many million, he doesn't get that many in views, okay? It's a little misleading. But it is a metric of like how you're growing, obviously. Like if you're stagnant, if you're declining, if you're growing. And it's always been like a trickle, It's kind of been a little bit here and there with a hockey stick, but it's been a trickle. The truth of the matter, the objective truth, is I'm way too good to not have more influence, a larger audience, etc. But I've also been an idiot. You can't be good and have a bad strategy and still expect to have like the outcome that you want. Just because I am objectively a good communicator, I do know a lot about a lot of different shit, doesn't mean that I'm going to have the success that I want to have. There are so many instances now that I've had specific opportunities to talk to people about their success, not just watch videos, but like also specifically like talk to them and dive into that with, through a couple podcast episodes and just other conversations. It has taken me a long time to realize what I need to do, but it's very simple. I cannot confuse my audience. You need to be the guy at something, and then you can always be yourself, even though I hate it, somewhere else. I'm going to be myself over here. I mean, I'm still going to be myself on the main channel, but I'm going to be myself more so here. And if you want just that one content, if you just want the agency stuff, just follow that channel. If you just want this stuff, follow this channel. And if you want both, follow both. It's that simple. In a follow-up video here, I'll tell you too, there's going to be another channel as well. This is going to be the first video on this second channel, but there's another one. I already filmed it. So what does this mean? Like, where am I at? What is going on? Well, it's pretty simple. Again, I'm rebranding my agency. Find a Tech is being retired. It's being sent out to pasture. And it's going to be Motive 11. I love the name. I love the concept. I love everything about that. I feel like that is another rejuvenating spark in that direction to continuously help people in the service-based side. I also think that coupled with a channel that specifically is billed as I help entrepreneurs and agencies build smarter systems using WordPress and AI and automation, it's a deadly combo. And it's not one that I came up with, okay? I'm not an innovator here on some of this stuff. I'm a deep thinker, deep thinker. I'm not necessarily an innovator all the time. I'm somebody that looks at a lot of really good stuff, and then I consume it, implement it, play around with it a little bit, tweak it. And more than anything, I learn, try, and share everything that I do here on this channel. Not everything on the other channel, if you're starting to get the idea. But that's what I'm working on. That is my current plan. I am rebranding the agency. I have the second channel. The first channel, the main channel, is going to be specific. I don't know exactly, again, what I'm going to be the guy for, but it's going to be around what I just said with that I help statement. We're not going to see random shit on that channel anymore, okay? We're not going to see my rants or my random stuff. It's going to help people do whatever I lock down in that, okay? That's the only thing that's going to go on that channel. I'm very confident this is going to work, okay? Because I've seen it work elsewhere. It's really that simple. The only thing that could hurt is the niche itself. If I pick a bad one, I don't think I'm picking a bad one in what I'm doing. But I will tell you that I don't lose sleep over this stuff, because I sleep pretty well. But I've lost time because I've been extremely stressed and paralyzed with the concept of, is WordPress the thing? Is web design the thing? AI is coming for all of us, etc., whatever. I am worried about that in a way, because I'm not just worried about it, but like I know that there's better opportunities out there. But are they better because they're more timely? Are they better? Like, are they better if they're more timely, but you don't know anything about them? That's, you know what I mean? You look at somebody like Nick Sarayev. I had him on the podcast. He's making $400,000 a month teaching and implementing fucking AI automations, right? And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing building WordPress websites? What are we doing here? But it's not really a fair comparison, because I don't have the experience of building those, and I don't have the authority, nor would I be able to build the authority in that amount of time, you know? So there's just a lot of things you just really you gotta just shut the fuck up, honestly, at some point. Just be like, just fuck this and just do it. Do what you're doing. So that's kind of where I'm at. Now, I do want to kind of bring up one specific comment from the one of, if not the last short, because I've been doing these daily shorts too. I would love to talk about that. I'll talk about that in a different video. Announced the fact that I'm going to create the second channel. This was yesterday. As of recording this, today is September 29th, 2025. There was a comment. I'll show it. I'm not going to show the person. It has nothing to do with the person. Okay. I want you to understand though, this is on a short that I posted saying that I'm going to start, very condensed version of what I'm saying here. I've been, I have this channel, the main channel, and I do things on it, do all sorts of stuff, but I want it to be very more succinct and concise and specific to the people that are, that I'm servicing, like my audience, right? Agency owners, freelancers, etc. I want to be the guy for them. And I expressed this, and this is a comment that was left. So I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to give you a lot of thoughts on it. So the comment is, I just decided, well, also, real quick, the CTA was go follow the second channel or just follow this or do whatever, but this is the lay of the land now, okay? So the comment is, I just decided to not follow you anymore. You're too distracted, and you haven't figured out your path and committed to it yet. Just do what works already, and that's not it. And it also has 3 likes, which is cool. So I want to share some thoughts on this. The first thing I want to say, and I'm going to go big, go back if you need to read it again, or maybe I'll say it again or something. But the first thing I want to say, notice I didn't put the person's names or anything like that in here. Okay. It's not about that person. However, the first thing I do want to say, if this person somehow ends up watching this, or if you're somebody that wants to leave a comment, I appreciate every single word that is ever typed under any of my videos, any of my posts, anything, whatever. Okay. I try my best to like and heart every single one, even if they're the shittiest comment in the world to me. Okay. I don't get too much shit, but you can't. The first thing is, when I read comments like this, for like a tenth of a second, I'm a little defensive because I'm a human, but I have trained myself to not get offended from these things, because if I did, I would not last on the internet. Okay. It doesn't matter what you're talking about. You're going to get people that don't agree with you. I love that. I love the discourse. I love the feedback. I love the disagreement, because you have to. I mean, like there's not really another option. There is, but you're just going to hate your life and you're going to hate what you're doing. So the first thing I want to make abundantly clear is that I greatly appreciate the feedback right here. The next thing is, I do want to dissect it a little bit, because I don't want to dissect it in a sense of like, oh, I'm debating a random person on the internet that's not going to watch this, rehash to this. I want to dissect it because when I get feedback like this, the way that I process it is that I am like, this is about me. So how often, especially if you don't create content, you don't actively put yourself out there, how often do you get people giving you feedback about yourself and your own actions? This is actually incredible. That does not happen that often. I mean, occasionally, if you're at work or something, people will tell you like, oh, you're slacking off, you're doing this or that. Like people will like kind of judge you or like, or say certain things about you, I guess, or whatever. But when you have created parasocial relationships like this with people, and you've put like orders of magnitude more words out than the people watching you, like into the ether, and they know your face, they know you. I'm not even a big person, okay? I'm not even a big creator, okay? But I've put so much shit out there, and somebody like this has followed me for a while, obviously. It is such a fantastic, fantastic opportunity to take other people's words and see, do I agree with that assessment of myself? But you can't be biased, okay? You can't be like, you gotta if your shit stinks, you got to say, right? You know what I mean? So I just want to talk about it. So I just decided not to follow you anymore. Totally fine. I'm not holding anybody hostage here. You don't have to follow me here. You don't have to follow me there. Don't listen to anything I say. I will also add, I didn't say this earlier, is I love doing this so much, what I'm doing right here, that if nobody watched this, I would be perfectly content. I'm kind of like that on the other channel, but with some of the other channel stuff, obviously business comes into play, fulfilling for sponsors and stuff, and it's exhausting in a lot of ways. Right here, I don't care if anybody watches this. I was posting videos in my car. I don't care if anybody watches. This is so therapeutic for me and so energizing that I know it's valuable and I know people should watch it. But I know that a lot of people aren't. So that's the first thing. I'm not holding anybody hostage. I don't care if people watch. Next thing is you're too distracted. Fair point. Valid. Introspection. Am I too distracted? I think that I have been distracted in the past, way more than I am now. I think now I have grown. I've started to understand distraction versus diversification to some degree. I've definitely had more success than I had like 5 years ago when I would say I was really distracted when I had MJS Industries, Szymanski Media, Find It Tech, Fueled by Progress, AM and the PM, Zenith Properties Group, all different LLCs. I thought I could build all those fucking things at the same time. I was dabbling. I was in, early 20s and I was doing all that. But definitely way distracted then. Am I still distracted now? Possibly. Am I worried about that? To a degree. Because as my responsibilities continue to increase, as my need to provide money for my family continues to increase, I need to be more focused. I don't even need to be more focused. I need to be more effective, which most time translates to being more focused. So there's a fair point there. So it's valid feedback. And I read that and I was like, that's interesting. Let's keep going because I think it all kind of comes back together. And you haven't figured out your path and committed to it yet. Well, here's the thing. This is where, you start to take offense to some things sometimes because you're like, okay, who are you? Like, literally, who are you? Like, what are you doing? You don't have a picture on social media, like you're telling me what to do. And I appreciate it. It's difficult to not have that reaction. And that's not like the main point. But the thing is, like, let's take the emotion out of it. And let's just think logically. You haven't figured out your path yet and committed to it. Do you know what my path is? Like, the answer literally the response to this question is super easy. Thank you so much for all the valid feedback. What is my path? Like, just let me know. Like, just, it obviously. So let me know, because I will gladly take the path that has been scouted out for me that I obviously don't know about. So that's where it gets like kind of broken down in my head. It's like, I guess the advice is to just take one path. That said, that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm doing it in a way that I won't want to unalive myself because I hate talking about one thing for all time. So what I've done is in my mind is a service, and maybe this person and other people don't see it like that, because obviously certain people, a sect of people agree with this, which is awesome to hear that because I want to know. I've done what I think is a service to my audience now. I'm saying, hey, listen, XYZ, anonymous face, you don't like when I talk about random shit like this. You don't like the aspect of me speaking about life, psychology, random rant about what I'm going through, whatever. If you don't want to know me or know my other thoughts outside of my agency and AI and WordPress tips, I feel you, dog. I feel you. Here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to stop posting that shit on my main channel. So you know what you can do? You can just click the subscribe button on the main channel. And all you ever need to see, all you will ever see, is just the shit about the agency stuff, the WordPress stuff, and the automation stuff. And if you never want to hear another fucking word about me contemplating my path, contemplating my life, contemplating other things that are going on, do not fucking subscribe to the second channel. It's that easy. So, in this case, with this comment, I'm not sure if they didn't see it like that or what happened there, but that's the part where I think introspectively, being completely unbiased, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm a little distracted. I know I've been distracted. I think I'm less distracted now. I think I'm more like in tune with the system that I'm putting together. And I'm also doing people a service now. Objectively, there's not really a difference. I cannot physically only talk about one thing. So if I must talk about multiple things, I will put it somewhere else so you don't have to deal with it. Everyone wins. Last part. Just do what works already, and that's not it. I'm going to harken back to what I was saying earlier is if I knew what worked, I would continue to do it. I have thoughts on what works. I have small data points, I guess, on kind of what works. But again, going back to what I was saying, I think I said it in this video. I might have said it in the other video. There are certain times in your life, I'm starting to believe this wholeheartedly, you can't grow and evolve until certain things happen in your life, certain catalysts, certain events, or certain mind unlocks. Until those transpire, you do not grow. You do not get to where you need to be. There is a chance that I am not there yet. It's very possible. I feel like I'm getting older. I am almost 30, but I'm still a young man. If I knew what I needed to do every single day, and I'm trying to figure it out, but if I knew without a doubt every single day what I needed to do, I would just fucking do it. Because I want to make $30,000 a month, more than fucking anything now. I do not want to have my wife work as we start a family and things. I do not want to have to worry about money at all, which we're blessed, okay? There's no real issues, but it's you know, it could be better. I don't want any of that. Like those are those things I want, and I don't want the uncomfortability and stuff. If I knew what worked already, as if it was a snap of the finger, not to mention what works and what actually is somewhat gives you some sort of like meaning and doesn't make you want to unalive yourself. It's a little drastic. Okay, I'm not actually, like that. But I'm saying like the level of stress has to make sense too. Okay? Probably speaking from a position of privilege. I live in the United States. I have a great life. Again, have been very blessed. I know there's people watching me in fucking terrible situations, okay? I try to have as much empathy as possible. However, all of us have our own lives that we have to deal with and do and go through on a daily basis. So it's like, if you know what works for me, then just tell me. But you don't. So I appreciate it, but you don't. Especially you definitely don't know it enough to tell me that's not it. I don't even know what that is. Okay. So I appreciate the feedback. I love the introspection. And I will never turn away, hide comments, any of that bullshit unless it's like really, really bad or something. I'm not going to say never, ever, but like, I'm not going to like do any of that. I appreciate it. I do, genuinely. But at this moment in time, and this is the best I can do, man. This is the best I can do. At this moment in time, I feel like this is the right thing to do. I feel that if I'm going to give YouTube an actual shot, the personal brand authority play of YouTube, an actual shot, I need to be talking explicitly to one group, one sect of individuals, one common group about one or two or whatever common things. Everyone knows this, okay? Everyone that is good at YouTube knows this, and I knew this, but I wanted to go against the grain almost, I feel like. I subconsciously did. It's not gonna fucking work, okay? It's not gonna work. It's never worked. It's not gonna work. So, unless you're really fucking weird and you just do something completely innovative and strange, and I'm probably weird, but I'm not that weird, okay? I'm not that weird enough to be completely different and random. So, this is the best I got right now. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I don't fucking, I don't know, okay? And I just feel like it is what I have to do. Because I love this so much. I've been talking for 40 minutes. Could talk for another 4 hours. These lights get a little bright sometimes, but I've been told that this is a great image and looks great, and I'm super excited about everything that I've done here. I've got so much content on the channel that nobody gives a fuck about because it was not related to WordPress and all that sort of stuff, and that's totally fine. Here's what's going to happen. What's going to happen is I'm going to start creating more content explicitly on the main channel about helping entrepreneurs and agencies build smarter systems with WordPress, AI, and automation. Then, because I'm only going to be talking about one thing and they're going to see like videos on videos and videos about that thing and nothing else, they're going to follow me. Then, because the growth of that is going to be rapid, the growth of the secondary channel is going to grow as well. Because here's the thing that I was missing was the speed of growth, because I was not compounding and leveraging the content that I was creating in that realm. If I did that, like Nick Sarayev as an example, the run-up is uncalculatable. If I did that, now, well, one other thing is niche is fucking, the timing is just like, you couldn't have gotten better timing. But also, if I would have done that, or if I would do that now, I would at least have massively more success than I have to this point. You need to get to escape velocity almost in the niche. So then, as that is hyping, people find out about you, your second channel, your daily updates channel, your whatever. And when they find out about that, then you'll have more people trickling over there. It's not going to be all of them, but it'll be a portion of them. And I'll be honest, I probably can't facilitate being friends with everyone anyway, right? Or even having super fans. Not everyone's going to be your super fan, right? I'm just really confident. And sometimes I trick myself into not being confident. And I think that I'm not moving in the right direction and all this other bullshit. And it's not true. It's not true. I'm doing a great job. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I appreciate you specifically if you're watching this video at this point in this video. I can't stop. Like, I physically cannot stop this. I mean, I'm getting tired tonight right now, but I can't stop this. If I stopped this, I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't even be close to being happy. I wouldn't have a chance at being happy because I wouldn't feel good about anything that I was doing. this really does fuel me. Just talking to myself in a studio with 4 lights and a fan. I don't know why, but it does. So that's it. That's what we're going to do. That's why. That's the reason that those are the reasons that we're starting a new channel. That's the plan moving forward. It's the next phase. It's the next step. I can't be making these changes and thinking, oh man, this is it. This is the last time I have to make a change. This is the last big thing I'm going to do, because after this, I'm just going to print money forever and be extremely happy forever. Can't think like that. That doesn't make any sense. Got a lot of life left. A lot of things that I got to do. And this is just the next step. So that's what we got. Welcome. Welcome to, as it sits right now, Mark Szymanski 2. I don't know if that's going to stay like that, but the other thing is move fast. I had these ideas. I moved fast on this. I moved fast on the second video that you're going to see. I got to follow my gut a little bit more. The gut is never really wrong. It might be miscalculated sometimes, but like, if you follow the gut, you're going to feel good. And you can always course correct if you need to. If you don't follow the gut, you're going to feel like fucking shit for a long time. And you're never going to know if you should have followed your gut, because you don't know what would have happened if it goes wrong. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I got a lot more to talk about, but I'll spare you in this one. This is just the first video on this channel. If you watch it, if you've watched it to here, let me know in the comments. I'm skeptical that people will, but I really do appreciate you if you did. And again, it doesn't matter because I have to do this. So that's all I got. Thank you. I'll talk to you in the next one.